Hello and welcome to another Field Focus. Sorry about the other day, but everything crashed on me. So we'll make up for today. And we're looking at business model. Now, this is getting to the exciting part of being an author, or as I say, an entrepreneur. Remember, your book is the heart of your business. You have to speak and you have to, if you're an author, be a speaker and a business owner, be an author and a speaker, be a speaker, be an author and a business owner. So all three, you need to be all three. So that's fine. It's exciting and it shows you how much growth. And just as well as you know, right here, we have all that growth with the coaching that happens at Brilliance Publishing. So let's look at the business model. So if you have a business already, what is your business model? What do I mean by business model? If you don't understand that, then how can we move on? So the business model really is, what's the funnel you use? How do you attract clients? And what's the journey you take them on? How do you make your money within your business? Now, one of the things that I've learned over the last, what, the last 6-7 years is that we often have too much. And so therefore, one of the things we want to do is, once you've got that book, we want to create a business model that goes around the book for your flagship program, your signature talk, your keynote speeches. All of these things are very important. So these are all the elements that we need to put into the business model. And when you have clarity around it, then you can easily select the elements within the book that you make into your flagship program. And then you've got actionable steps that you can take that takes you closer to having that stream of clients and creating something wonderful that's based on your purpose, your passion. Once you've got these elements, then it's easy to take the steps, beginning with the end in mind and working backwards. So let's see what we're talking about. If you've got any questions, just put them in the chat or below this video, and let's get these questions answered. This is a great opportunity to look at that. Now, the thing is, where are you on your journey? So we don't look at business model on day one. We do work up towards that because we have to have other elements in. But what I would like to say, it's about that seed, knowing that it's something that we'll be working on. So this is why you have the journal. When you get ideas about around your business, what you could do, what you might not do, all these things, then when we come to the business model part, you've already got a great amount of information that we can sift through and find out exactly what works for you. What works for one business won't work for another business. What works for one person driving that business won't work for another one. You have to find out what is the thing that makes you get up and sing every single day. So let's look and see what we're talking about. So here we go. As we said, it's all about building the business around the book. You've invested heavily in your book, you've invested a lifetime. So therefore, we need to be using all of this powerful insights, learning, expertise, your education, your life lessons. This is what makes you who you are, and there's something within that that drives you, that's how you find that purpose, and that's what fuels a vision and a mission and allows you to take steps every single day, allows you to bounce back every single day. You get your bounce back ability, or in other words, your resilience. So from your book, that is your core product. And from that core product, we create a strategy. And the strategy can only be created when we dig those deep foundations and we build it on brand. So what do I mean by brand? Well, it's your personal brand, because after all, you drive your business. You're not a different person in business than you are in other parts of your life. You will have obviously some different behaviors, but the core of who you are goes through all your life. So if I can talk for me, so integrity drives me. So integrity shows up in my business and in my life. Done. It's my number one driver. So what you see in my business is what you see in my personal life. No different. Obviously, I've got a more strategic brain in my business. I'm learning more business ways of thinking. However, everything is interchangeable. So I can take all the great elements from my life and say, well, how did I do that? And let's bring them into your business. So for example, maybe you had some form of adversity, but you had a big why and a big goal and you achieved it despite all the odds. Look at the people who, despite the odds, oh, you'll never walk again. 6 years later, they're walking. Or you'll never be X, Y, and Z. I'm sure we've all had that said to us at some point in our life. And of course, you get that mindset and you prove people wrong. So the most important place to start is your brand, who you are, what drives you, and what you stand for, and what you stand against. You have to be able to stand up for what's you believe is not right. And of course, in the brand, in the book, is the thread that's your central message in your business, in your book, in your speaking, in how you interact with clients, how you interact business to business, and all of that. And again, that goes back to both personal and business. You know, Penny Power, she says business is personal. You know, I've got to agree with her. In some ways, we've got to take emotion out at times in our business, and sometimes we need to plump the emotion in. You just have to learn how to do that, when to do it, because if we don't, we can end up in a bit of hot water. So of course, your business model looks at different streams of revenue. I love this little image that we see there, you know, because the streams come in to the pot in one little, in many ways. So you might have something that creates passive income. Oh, did I not tell you? A book not only generates action, but it creates passive income. Think of all those sales you get worldwide when you're sleeping. That's possible. What are we doing? We can talk about marketing to make sure that that happens, but your book can be bought in America and Australia when you're fast asleep easily. So I see a book as book sales, as the passive income, but then what's the action? And that's the bit that's going to make you prosperous. Show you how to make 100K quite easily. And these are the things that we discuss in our meetings around your business book. So 2 things, it's simple: direct sales and indirect sales. So direct sales are where you work with a client or you talk to someone and you get a direct sale. Indirect sales, what are they? They're things that come from referrals, recommendations, collaborations, affiliates. These are things that happen despite you. Anyway, they just happen, you know, and it all comes back to, guess what? Brand, visibility. So all these things. So you can never start a plate and get it spinning and then just let it go. We're always spinning the plates. But as you know, the more you do it, the better you become, like driving a car at first. Gear, clutch, mirror, signal. Whoa, where am I looking? Crash. That's what happens when you take your eye off. But eventually, over time, we get memory muscle. And it's the same in your business. You find those systems that just work like magic for you. And these are all the things that we have to discuss to get rid of the weeds and find the absolute gold. The path of least resistance is what we're looking for in those sales. So marketing and promotion. Wow. Marketing and promotion, as I say to you in the beginning, really needs to happen within, once we've done the initial foundational stuff, we really need to be on marketing and promotion as you're writing your book. And the best way to do that, and I'll keep saying it over and over until the penny drops, is you need to blog, you need to journal, you need to vlog. Do you prefer writing or speaking? Make 1-minute videos. These are all the strategies that we talk about. You need to promote yourself, get yourself onto other people's podcasts, blog for other people, get on their platforms, find those people who've got a whole, they've already done the hard work, they've got all the audience, and what you need to do, piggyback, say, can I write a blog for you? I think it'll interest your audience. Boom, they're going to want you to do that because it means less work for them. Come on, it's about thinking of the win-win situation. Always a win-win situation. I add the third win. So you win, the other person, other business owner, blogger, podcaster wins, and so do the readers and their audiences. So we're winning all along. And when you do something because you know you've got that message that these people need to hear, then it makes it authentic. That's what it's all about. Marketing and promotion with authenticity, not just because you think it's a good thing to do. You'll be found out. That's why we begin with brand. I keep coming back to brand because we find your authentic self, we find your authentic voice, and we find that purpose, that mission. We create that amazing vision that keeps you motivated and inspired to create more and more ripples so that you're touching more and more people's lives. I would hate to put a number on the lives that I've touched over the years, tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, because you teach someone something, you share a message, and then they share it. So, for example, let me just give you an idea about that. What's just happened prior to this? One of my clients came on. I'm going on the radio. I'm going on BBC Two Radio, 1 o'clock. I'm talking about this. And I said something to her and she went, oh my God. So can I use that? Can I use that? And of course I said, yes. So here's me giving this person some information. They're going to broadcast it to hundreds of thousands of listeners today. So that message is going to fall on ears. Now, some will fall on deaf ears because they're not ready to hear it. Some will think, oh, that's an interesting point. I never thought about that. And guess what? It's a really good point we're going to be making. So they're going to go and tell their friend, wait and you hear what I heard on the radio today. Do you know that teenagers always think about, I'm not going to tell you what it was. So therefore, how many times do people read your posts? You get LinkedIn every week. You get you posted 5 impressions, you posted 10,000 impressions, whatever. So these are the people you're meeting, and then they might go and tell someone about that. Because I know I do when I see something by people like Simon Ong or Stephen Bartlett. I will talk to you about that as well. I'll say, well, Simon Ong also says this. Stephen Bartlett also says that. Then I'm positioning myself to be on the same level as them. And that's what it's about. And I've said a lot before we even get there. So your marketing. So from your book, you get all the content marketing. You've got 5 years of work in there, easy for your content marketing. You take just a little theme and a slice of that theme, and that's a week's one. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong thing. And of course, you want to be speaking and doing workshops and anything else. This is just the tip of the iceberg that I'm talking about here. So there's a lot you will get from your book that we put into the business model as the streams of ways that you can do it. But marketing and promotion, your book will go nowhere. You will go nowhere unless you start marketing and promoting yourself. Of course, community building, being a like-minded community. I talk about value-aligned community. I think that's even better when you are alongside people who have got similar values to yourself. They are very, very strong bonds, and they're less unbreakable. You might think something, you might find someone who thinks something similar, and then you discover, oh, they're not as like-minded. Whereas when you're value aligned, remember, your values drive you. So when you're value aligned, it's better. So find a community that's got that, because then you've got the audience engagement. They're going to listen to everything that you've got to say. They will hear you, they will note you, they will talk about you, they will share your work. How many people are sharing your work? How many people are liking and commenting on your work? How many people are got your name on their lips or your concept on their lips? And a book does that. Just think about the books that you read. What book did you read 10 years ago that you still speak about? The one for me is The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. He changed my life in terms of moving from transitioning from education into business. And he gave me the belief, and he just gave me deeper insight that I applied to my own life. And I thought that's doable. I can do that. But you have to know that everything's not a microwave mentality. Sometimes you do something, you get instant success. Other times it's building up and building up and building up. That's what happens with your business. So in your business, sometimes you get a great month, and then you might not have such a good month or two or three, but you still keep going because you're on the mission. You're on the mission. You've just got to find better ways of doing things, or finding exactly that language that your clients need to hear. So it's a science, it's an art form, and it takes time. It takes time. You might put a post out and get, whoa, look at this, whoa, avalanche. And you can put the same post out 2 months later, crickets. Just know that you just need to keep going with it. Keep going. Just because you don't get a reaction doesn't mean to say it's wrong. That's something else you learn in this game. And of course, the feedback loop, get the feedback, get feedback. So, like yesterday, I put a post into a group, in my coaches group, on his advice. And it's a post that's going out next week. And this group's filled with entrepreneurs. And so therefore, I got really great feedback. And the feedback they gave me was stuff I knew. But guess what? I hadn't used it. And that's what we do sometimes. Sometimes when we're not in that lovely state of flow, we sometimes forget our own lessons. We forget our own philosophy. And it just takes someone to make a statement, and you go, why did I forget that? So therefore, that's why we need to keep working with people. We need the feedback. We need the feedback. If you can't receive feedback, then you're not going to go very far. Of course, the feedback's got to be given positively. So if someone gives you negative feedback, just blank them. Don't even listen, because they've got their own issues. But positive, constructive feedback that takes your, whatever it is you're talking about, a step closer to your goal, you embrace that, and you connect with that person and thank them and show your gratitude and appreciation. And those, so these are the little skills that you need. You need to be grateful. In your business, within your business model, always build that gratitude and that appreciation within it. It will take you far, or you'll go further. And of course, this is a great one, partnerships and collaborations. So here at Brilliance Publishing, we have what we call creative partners. We're just about to launch an affiliate scheme, which will give us more partnerships, collaborations. I'm working with someone who does PR in America. We're going to put our heads together and create something brilliant for Book Brilliance Publishing authors at a cost-effective price. So it's an easy yes. Plus, it's something that's going to make a significant difference in your business. It's always got to be the win-win-win. Win-win-win. So you may have seen that we sent out, so I'm talking about Mark Stephen Fuller. He had an opportunity to be alongside Noah St. John, who's written 17 books, Mentor to the Stars. You talk his big things, affirmations. So if you say, I am worthy, an affirmation is asking the question, why am I worthy? Because the minute the brain asks a question, answers come flooding in. rather than say, I am worthy and you don't believe it. You know, that sort of fake it till you make it. Let's be more authentic. So let's use the affirmation, and let's bring in affirmations to show you why you're worthy and what else you can do that will strengthen that whole feeling of worthiness. So have those collaborations. So when you've got a book, people see you, they hear you, you're visible, they note you, and people who are further ahead in you in their journey will reach out to you because you've got something. Maybe it's your energy, maybe it's your passion, maybe it's your concepts, maybe it's something that it's not this kind of collaboration where you're knocking, but it's one that fits in. What you do and what they do just beautifully will benefit everybody. Again, the win-win-win situation. So that's what a book will do for you. And of course, when you're an author, media and PR, you're more likely to be asked in for interviews, like the person I told you earlier. She is an author, has another book that she needs to get out, but already she's, because of her positioning as an expert in her field, she has got something already, but with a book she will leverage on what she's got already. And many people say, I need a book because I keep being asked to speak. They ask me for my book and say, don't get one, then I don't get the speaking gig. So being an author absolutely opens those doors of opportunity beyond measure. So there we go. There's 5 ways in which you can develop your business model from the heart, using your book at the heart of what you do. And then we just build out the different rings, the different ripples, so that you've got an extended reach. You've got more opportunities to help you bring your vision to your reality. And part of that vision should be prosperity. If it's not, make sure you add that in. Okay, there we are. So let's get some questions. What's your business model? Share it. I think I might, we'll create a visual so that it'll be easy for you to create a business model, and then we'll share it. Just like I have, you know, the roadmap. Maybe we look at you developing a roadmap too in your business as part of that journey. And so much to do. But how do you eat an elephant? One little bite at a time. That's all I want to say about that. So until next time, this is Brenda saying, brilliant, much love, make it happen, and keep going. Till next time, to the pip.